If you ever thought that a reseller can't be profitable and drop dead gorgeous, think again. Well, folks, by incredibly moderate demand, after the wildly mediocre success of the first video in the series, today we are back for round 2 of the Switch Buy, Sell, Trade Challenge. In the last episode, I sold a single one of my Nintendo Switch games and made $22 of pocket change to start this challenge off. Bought some of these beauties as well to sell, and now I have an updated cash fund to go hunting again. So since the last video, the only game that has sold in the last week was the Skylanders PS3 game. I picked that up for $4 and it ended up selling for $28. And after shipping and fees that I paid on it, it will end up being $16 that I can add back into the Switch fund. So if we take a look at my beautiful, beautiful board art right here, we can see that last time we started with 22, only ended up spending 12. So we have $10, which can actually be transformed into a lovely $26, which, if you kids are doing the math at home, is more than we had last time. These are the games that I picked up that did not sell. I think all of them except the Pac-Man Party are also up on eBay, so if any of you guys need these for your collection, I also am accepting offers on eBay, so head on over there and help a brother out. So what's going to happen today is I'm going to head to some of the other pawn shops in Lexington that I haven't been to yet in hopes of spending most of that $26 on additional inventory that I can be selling this week to build up the Switch fund. The goal, if you don't remember, is to buy, sell, and trade my way up to enough money to buy a special edition Switch, and there's actually been a pretty significant development on that front this last week as well that I wanted to share with you guys. You may remember I said last week that I was putting some feelers out on Instagram to see if anybody had a special edition Switch complete in box for sale, and I actually had a follower named Rashawn. His Instagram is tristate.game.exchange if you guys are interested. Reach out to me and say that he had one of those Switches for sale on eBay right now. And he actually gave me a fantastic deal on it, $392 after tax and shipping and everything for the Switch. So Rashawn, if you're watching, thank you so much for that deal, man. And I was a little bit conflicted about actually buying the Switch before I had the funds physically built up. But when it comes down to it, I just really like supporting viewers and followers whenever I can. I knew this probably would not last for that long, so I decided to snatch it up. But to preserve the spirit of the challenge, I'm not going to open it up, and I'm not going to tell you guys which one it was until the finale of the series when I actually have the money. So as you guys can see, at this point, we do have a while to go, but let's get out there today and see what we can do. Stop number 1. We are classy up in here. Well, that stop was very strange, but ended up working out really well. So the first thing that was strange was I got in there and all of their Xbox One and PS4 games were gone. And I was like, where are they? And he was like, well, I'll check in the back. I don't know. He couldn't find them. So he ended up having to call a friend, a fellow employee. And he said that they had transferred them all to the other location in Richmond. I was like, Richmond, what's going on? Why would they do that? So I kept looking. They had a nice red 3DS there, but it was in such bad shape. I decided to pass on it. Couldn't really sell it on Amazon. They had a few decent older system games and they were a couple bucks a piece, so I did pick up 2 of those. Wii Fit Plus, that's actually not for the challenge, that's just to pair with a Wii Fit that I have, a board, and then also Sonic Genesis Collection. That's not a huge score, but should be able to get around 10 or so for it, so I'm gonna throw that up on eBay and Amazon and see what I can do there. Probably only a few bucks profit after everything, but at this stage in the game, that's the kind of thing you gotta do. Then I asked them, this was the other thing that was strange, they had this stack of Wii U games standing there, and I noticed they were all Just Dance. So I was like, okay, there could be some potential there. I asked him how much, and he said 10 bucks a piece for Wii U games. I was like, oh, okay, probably not. So we got up to the cash register, and I asked the other guy, because he seemed more reasonable, hey, if I could buy like 5 of those Wii U games, could you cut me a deal? And he said 8 for all of them. I was like, okay, that makes more sense. The other guy was like, for all of them? And he was like, yeah, man, they don't even make this system anymore. And I was like, okay, that seems more reasonable. And then I ended up getting SpongeBob thrown in, so it was $13 for everything, minus 2 for the Wii Fit Plus is 11 that I'm actually taking out of the Switch fund for this stuff. And I saw a couple comps on eBay for lots of Just Dance games, 3 of them going for like around 30. So I'm thinking I have 5 of them. This is probably at least 40 bucks here and will probably sell pretty quick. So I'm really stoked about this find. They are all in there. One of them's missing the original case, but that's not a huge deal. And then I also got SpongeBob Robotic Revenge as a throw-in, and this one's going for around 13 plus shipping. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I think once all that sells, we're looking at $50 plus, even like after fees. So on an $11 investment, that is exactly what we need right now. And I came to find out that this location actually is closing down. I don't know if it's due to COVID or because it just wasn't very profitable location anyway, but I am bummed about that because I found some good deals here in the past, and there are only so many pawn shops in Lexington that I can go to regularly. So that's a bit of a downer, but at least I ended up coming out with some final scores before they head out of town. Alrighty, so this is a place that I almost always stop in because it's on my route, but I rarely actually find good deals in here. They're pretty overpriced on their electronics, but we will see what we can find. Alrighty, well, just got done in stop number 2, and I'm actually really glad that I stopped in. I got these 3 Skylanders games on the PS4, and if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I've been looking for these at video game stores because they're very spiked in price right now. I think the reason is that you can't actually get replacement games at retail stores. You have to go online. All you can get retail is the starter pack. So if anybody loses this disc or scratches it, they pretty much have to go online. And these are all selling for the mid to high 40s on Amazon in used condition. So after fees, we're looking at like high 30s for each of them. And I paid 10 bucks a piece. The only downside is, unfortunately, I do not still have $30 in the Switch fund. I only have 15, so I've got to pick which one of these I want to designate as a part of the challenge. And I think it's going to be this Imaginators one. This sells the highest and the most often, so I'm still really stoked about that. On the whole, I mean, we're looking at 30 bucks into 90 here, people. So this was a really good stop and another solid find for the Switch challenge. So that will go in the pile, and I still have $5 to work with today if I find anything good and cheap at my next stops. And where better to find games for super cheap than Goodwill? Well, maybe, we'll see. Big old thumbs down for Goodwill today. All right, Cash America, I believe in you. Well, another really solid stop there. We've been having really good luck today. So the first things that I got that you guys may have seen when I did that video game shot was a couple more Skylanders games, which I'm pretty stoked about. These were all $10, and then also 7 Days to Die. This is still a pretty valuable game, should bring, I think, like 28 or so after fees. So I was really happy to get those for 10 a piece. They said initially, same as last place, $15 a piece, and I was like, well, if I buy a few, can you work with me? I also ended up buying some other stuff, so I think it was easier for them to give me a discount. Then probably one of the best finds, this nice new 3DS XL for, I asked, this is another good tip for you guys if you're at pawn shops, it says 89. I can see pretty clearly on there, it's not supposed to be marked down until August. But I just went ahead and asked, hey, is 89 still the price? Because this place, Cash America, and a lot of other places as well, will gradually mark things down based on how long they've been sitting on the shelf. So I said, hey, is this still $89? And she was like, 85. So I was like, okay. I was happy to pay 90 anyway, but 85 is even better. These have been selling really well and really quick for me on Amazon, so I'm happy about that. I'm guessing I'll probably still get like high, like 180 or so at least after fees, so that's a good find. Also picked up this DS Lite. It's in a little bit rougher shape. It's got some wear. We'll have to sell it in acceptable condition, but for $29, I was like, I will do that as well. And then the last thing, this is actually something I've never bought before, but they're in fairly high demand right now, is this Logitech gear shifter for like PlayStation 4 racing games. This I got for $15, and they're selling for about $60 on eBay. So another really fine there. Unfortunately, the common denominator for all those items is nothing was under $5, so I can't use any of that for the Switch challenge, unfortunately, but nonetheless, I'm really happy to get it. All right, can we find a $5 flippable game in Dan's Discount Jewelry and Pawn? Only one way to find out. Alrighty, just got out of stop number 4, and did you guys get a load of that $90 DS Lite? I have not seen anything like that before. That was pretty crazy. Maybe they thought it was a 3DS or something, but still managed to come away with some games from that one. So my strategy in this one, I asked him how much the games were. He said 15 bucks. So I kind of stood there in silence, looked a little bit discontented, and he said, but you know, some of them are 5, some are 10, just depending on what they are. And I was like, okay, that works. Because I had spotted a couple of Skylanders games in there. That apparently is the theme of the day, Skylanders and Just Dance, because I saw these and I was like, he's probably not gonna value those at 15 bucks. I knew they each go for like 20 to 30 after fees on Amazon. So asked him how much they were. He said 10 bucks a piece, and I said that works. Then I spied a couple more Just Dance games, and I couldn't see the sticker on this one, but I asked, hey, those 2 Just Dance games, those wouldn't be in the $5 range, would they? Just kind of a nice way of letting him know I'm not really interested if they are more expensive than that. And he actually said, yep, $5 a piece is just fine, so I picked up these 2. Unfortunately, as you guys know, I only have $5 left, so I'm gonna have to pick which one of these I want to sell. I'm just gonna see which one's going for more, sell that one on Amazon, and they're all going for over $10 after fees, so that should be a double up. And that leaves us with exactly $0 today for the Nintendo Switch challenge left in our budget. But all in all, I'm really excited about what we were able to pick up today. I'll do a little recap as soon as I get home. Well, folks, this is it. This is the haul for the day. For some reason, I thought that it would be more than this. It felt like I got more stuff, but yeah, this was our $26. We've got the Just Dance. I think this will do really well, especially since it's chronological, and they've got all their cases and everything. We got those along with the SpongeBob Robotic Revenge for 9 bucks. We got Sonic. This was probably the worst purchase of the day. I'm probably looking at only like maybe $5 profit after fees and everything on that one. We got Skylanders Imaginators for 10 and then Just Dance 2016 for 5. Those, almost everything here will be thrown up on eBay pretty soon, so if you're interested, feel free to check that out. And finally, unfortunately, since we spent all of our money, we do have to update the Switch fund to a big old $0. Rest in peace. So tune in next week to see what of all that stuff has sold and what else I end up buying. I wanted to end this video by doing something that I actually haven't done before, because I oftentimes will ask people to subscribe at the end of my videos, and I wanted to show you guys why. So it really all comes down to, this is my YouTube analytics page here, and what I always look at is the watch time from subscribers. You can see here that about 55% of you guys are subscribed that are watching on an average video. But this number right here, this 45%, gotta be honest, hurts my heart a little bit. So if you're part of the 45% who watches and finds value in the videos and have not subscribed yet, come home. Come home where you belong, subscribe. I have to be honest, it will not help you at all, okay? YouTube's gonna suggest to you the videos that you like most no matter what. Subscribing doesn't really make a difference in that, but to be honest, it helps me out and helps the channel get a little bit more exposure, and it is absolutely free. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the flip.